Close your eyes for a moment and picture an ordinary woman. Late 20s, weekday evening, keys on the table, work email closed, and a tiny, private rebellion begins. Her name is Maya. She is an adult in a loving partnership. And tonight, she chooses to learn her own body. This is not a secret sin. This is a small act of claiming space, a lesson in human rights disguised as a bedside ritual. Maya's story starts with curiosity. She once believed myths that pleasure was something given, negotiated, or earned. Slowly, that pleasure can be a right. Human rights studies taught her words like autonomy, dignity, privacy. She read about how those words protect the body from violence and silence. Then she connected the dots. If rights protect me from harm, they also protect my freedom to feel, explore, and know myself. So she explores gently, respectfully, and intentionally. She begins with question. What feels good? Where does I feel safe? Is it okay to ask for that at the in bed, in a conversation? She maps sensations without pressure. She learns her rhythm, her breath, how her skin responds to light touch versus firm pressure. She treats herself like a respectful scientist and a curious friend. Note, observe, adjust. Sometimes she discovers new pleasure. Sometimes she learns to accept that today is a quiet night. Both are valid outcomes. Now imagine how this private education transforms her shared life. When she talks to her partner, it is no longer shy hints and awkward fumbling. It becomes a clear, tender conversation about consent and desire. I like when one replaces guessing. Boundaries become invitation. Both partners bring curiosity to the table, making sex less about performance and more about mutual exploration. Intercourse becomes an experiment in communication, checking in, pausing, tuning in to each other's signals. Pleasure grows because respect and attention grow further. This is where human rights meet intimacy. At the level of policy, human rights scholars argue for sexual health education that includes pleasure, consent, and bodily autonomy in intimate life. Those same principles look like listening, privacy, and equality at the bed's edge. The tiniest legal right, the right to bodily integrity, translates directly into the freedom to masturbate as an adult, to refuse unwanted touch, and to ask for what makes you feel alive. That translation is powerful. Rights on paper become courage in practice. If you want practical moves to try tonight, think simple. Set a private time. Reduce shame by naming it. I'm going to learn about my body. Breathe slowly. Use a soft touch to explore different areas. Note responses, and then tell your partner one small thing that felt good. Use words like more, less, slower, and wait. Treat consent as ongoing. Check in with, is this okay? And make curiosity part of your shared routine. Maya's journey ends not with a final destination, but with a new habit. She reads human rights texts the way she reads sex blog, critically and eagerly. She brings what she learns home, better conversations, safer boundaries, richer intimacy. Pleasure becomes an ally in a life lived with dignity. And you start where she did, with a question, quiet room, and the understanding that your body is yours, protected, and worth studying.